Hey, welcome to Secondhand Blasters. This is Normaitco here. And folks, you know what? I actually have something today that I had ordered off of eBay off of one of my favorite sellers. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I do recommend certain eBay sellers to people. This one was from Bullseye Deals, where he actually had one of the Elite 2.0 tactical packs on sale for $6.99. Now, just to let you know about these big deal companies on eBay, you got to be careful when you're buying, because sometimes you might buy something and might say that it's brand new, and technically it is new in packaging. However, the package is either damaged or you might find something that is missing, which was the case here. So I actually reached out to them, and being a very honorable seller, they went ahead and actually refunded me my full purchase and said, hey, keep what you got. You've been a repeat customer for us. So because of that, they still get a good rating from me, even though I got something different. Not that I didn't get the actual tactical pack, because I did. I got the operator and the ace, but what was missing from the tactical pack was the middle blaster, the secondary, which was kind of the one that I wanted, the quad shot. But that being said, I do have the operator here, and I wanted to go ahead and review today. The operator itself, I'm not going to lie, Hasbro, it's almost as if they took the Alpha Strike series and said, hey, we were able to sell some units. Let's go ahead and actually slap Elite on these and see if we'll sell more. And you can feel that in the plastic. The plastic itself, it is very squishy. It does not feel like the standard Elite plastic on this blaster. I'll be honest with you, this is the only way you can buy this blaster is with the tactical pack, which is $27 retail at Target. I would not pay $27 for this. Is it a bad blaster? No, it's really not. However, for $27, what you're getting is an ace, which is literally $2.97 at Walmart. You get the quad shot, which is maybe a $9 blaster, and then you get this, which is, I don't know how to describe it, because in a way, it's kind of like the Mantis LR1 in the sense that you have the scope, you have the pull lever here, and you have the barrel that is not a full barrel, but it's also like the Big Cat or the Tiger in the Alpha Strike series, in the sense that it has a smart AR, it only loads 2, you load directly into the breech there, and it has to go through the not actual barrel and then out. So those only cost $10. They're marketing this to sell this for $27. I can't justify that. Now, that being said, do I dislike this blaster? No, not really. It does have screw ports back here, so you can actually modify. I have taken this one apart already, and I got a little bit more power out of it. I unfortunately did not have the mindset to record last night when I was tinkering at about 2:33 in the morning, so I didn't record the actual chronograph readings. However, I can tell you that I was getting anywhere from as low as 59 up to 72 feet per second. 72 was with the first shot on the Smart AR, and then the 59 was with the bottom one. So Smart AR systems, as we know from experience, the first shot is always the strongest. The second one starts to decrease dramatically, and so on and so forth. So this one is not any different. Now, some things I will say is that once I actually did put the new spring in there, we were able to make a little bit of magic and get this truly up to above Elite performance. We're going to take that to the chronograph so you can actually see that here shortly, as well as the range. But first, let's go ahead and actually review the rest of the blaster itself. Loading it, you know, it's load straight in here. Boom. Boom. I'm not going to lie that this actually is not the most easy blaster to load, because of the fact that you have the constraints of this little gap. So for smaller fingers, maybe that's okay. For adult hands, not so much. But again, this is a what I would call beginner blaster. So for smaller kids, this is good. It is perfect for indoor play. It does come with a faux scope. The scope actually does have a sight there. Let's see if we can get it on the camera itself. So that being said, it is better than what you found on the Mantis LR1 and the Wolf. So they're learning at least. It does come with that lighter blue mint green color, which is really popular. It looks really nice. And the tactical pack itself comes with 20 darts. It comes with 10 blue with green tops and 10 green with blue tops, all of the elite darts as well. So, you know, is the pack worth it for $27? Absolutely not. But I paid $7 and got refunded for it, so I got this for free. I'm not going to complain. Now, one of the things I will say is that the spring that I upgraded in here, when you actually do the internals on this thing, it is pretty simple. There are a lot of screws that you have to take out. I want to say that there were about 17, 18 screws roughly. They are all the same size, so there's that at least. And once you actually take this apart, this blaster, the inside, there's a lot of space in there. There is a catch spring. And the catch itself is strong enough to hold a stronger quote-unquote spring. As I said, it did hold the shell strike. The plunger rod, though, it does not actually come apart. So that leaves you to just do the keyring method to actually put the spring on. Of course, you can try to pry the plunger head off of the rod itself, but when you do that, if you're not careful, you risk actually ruining the actual plunger assembly. So I would just try doing the key ring. I'll be honest with you, I might later on buy an upgraded spring like I got for the Shell Strike because it matches perfectly, it mates perfectly with the actual internal spring for this blaster, so you can actually dual spring it, and that gives quite the bit of a boost. So if I got the stock spring, which I believe is like a 4.5 kilogram spring, and then I was to actually take the 10 kilogram spring that I got for the Shell Strike and put it in here, I'm sure we'll get some serious numbers out of it. We are going to take it out to the range as well. It is a really sunny day out here in Ohio and a little bit windy, so we might not get the best numbers, so I apologize in advance. And I'm also going to do an accuracy test indoors so we can see just how accurate or inaccurate the elite darts are. I'm pretty sure that I will have the accuracy of a stormtrooper from episode 4. So, that being said, up next, we're going to go up to the chrono, and then I will give you my final thoughts regarding this blaster. It is another windy and hot one here in Ohio today. As you can see by my hair that is acting a fool. And I am out on the parking lot range with the Elite 2.0 operator that is part of the tactical pack. I'm actually going to go ahead and actually do about 4 different shots with this. We're going to load up the top barrel and the bottom barrel. We're going to do angled shots as well as straight shots. And yeah, see just how far this can go. This one was modded again. I went ahead and actually put the old spring from the Nerf Shell Strike after I modded it, and I just go ahead and dual spring this bad boy. So the chrono, it said that we were getting up to 87 feet per second. So let's see how this performs now. Angled shot. Straight shot. So as you can see by those two shots, it is pretty much standard elite deviations where you're aiming and where the dart goes. We're going to go ahead and actually grab a couple more darts and see just how far they go from the bottom barrel, which is usually the weaker one. All right, angled shot, bottom barrel. That one caught some wind and went flying. Straight shot, bottom barrel. Not so much with the straight shot. I'm going to go ahead and recover these darts, and you'll see where they are. Just wait for the pictograph to see the actual numbers. Alright, so we were back inside of Casa Normaitco here. The range test was pretty successful. We got some far distance, but the question is, how accurate is this blaster? Of course, when I'm shooting at 90 feet, I don't expect that much accuracy. I just want to see how far it goes. But inside of a controlled environment, I want some accuracy out of this blaster. So one thing I will go ahead and let you all know is that when you actually load this blaster, you want to prime it and push the dart down just a little bit. That gets you the FPS that you saw in the chronograph reading. If you do not do that, you will notice that it decreases significantly when it comes to feet per second. We are going to go ahead and launch. I have a total of 6 darts. I'm going to aim between the 2 doors there, and we're going to see just how accurate this blaster can get. So I had a couple of stray shots, but for the most part, it was pretty accurate. I hit between the doors, I want to say about 3 out of 6 times, which is not bad, especially when you're shooting with elite darts. If I was to load up waffle darts, I'm sure that this would be a lot more accurate. I am actually going to do some fancy editing so we can actually slow down the bullets and you can see the points of impact. And who knows, maybe my 3 out of 6 might actually have been more accurate. I'm not going to lie. When I took a chance to remove my eye from the scope itself, I didn't really see where all of them hit, so stay tuned. Okay, so here are my final thoughts regarding the operator. You know what? I didn't have high hopes for this blaster, but after playing with it a little bit, I'm okay with this. You know, obviously when it comes to accuracy, you are going to deal with the same thing you always deal with when you're dealing with the elite darts. So I would probably recommend loading up some of the AccuStrike darts or some of the Max Pro darts in here that fly a lot straighter. That way you don't get that variation. When I took it out onto the range, it did get some distance to doing the elite darts. Again, the fact that this can shoot up to 90 feet, even though it is a modified spring, that is impressive for what I call a kid blaster, in the sense that this is, it says 8 and up, but I feel safe giving this to a younger child. I would probably go as low as 6, maybe 5 with this one, only because of the fact that it's not so powerful that you can't really do much with it regarding damage wise. You can have a lot of fun with it. This is definitely something you can use indoors, even modified. It is not going to be a problem. This will be perfect for a 27, 30-foot hallway battle, which is always a fun time when you're dealing with little kids. The fact that it has 2 shots in it, that I guess that could be a problem. But if you buy the actual value pack itself, you get the 4-shot. I can't count today. The 4-shot secondary blaster. So there is that. One thing I will say here are the negative about it. You do get 1 tactical rail here. I don't know how you can get away with calling this a tactical pack with only 1 rail. Also, if this was its own separate attachment, that would be much better. It does have an actual reticule there, so that's kind of cool, but it'd be nice if you could detach it. Down here, obviously you can attach a flashlight to it. I have done so, and it looks pretty neat. I don't know what else you'd attach down here. Maybe a handle to help you aim, but other than that, you get this little grip right here, so you can aim it like that if you need to. But maybe if you wanted to put a trigger, handle here, I guess. Whatever. The priming mechanism itself, it is very smooth. When it is stock, it is very quiet. It's not very rough at all. So definitely for something for a younger child. G-Rex was able to pull this when it was modded. So even modded to get the numbers that it gets, that's not bad. One of the things I do enjoy about this is that Hasbro has learned their lesson that you can modify this blaster. The internals, if you wanted to fit something from like, let's say a takedown, one of the rival springs, you can go ahead and do that. You just have to modify the spring itself, cut it short a little bit, and you can just go ahead and thread it in. Just use that keyring method, because if you try to take off the plunger tube, you are going to you're gonna break that blaster easily if you're not careful. Not the tube, I mean the actual plunger head and the rod. So, it does have a beefy catch. It should be able to handle something like that. Is it something that will handle a K25 or a K26? I would not try that. Only because of the fact that I don't think these blasters are made with that high quality of plastic. Now, that being said, I need to address the elephant in the room. I like this blaster. I do. I like the idea of it. I like the concept of it. I like the fact that, it's a different design, than what I'm used to seeing. What I don't like is if you're going to market something as Elite 2.0 or Elite, you really should use Elite materials. I feel like this was designed for the Alpha Strike series, and they just said, hey, you know what? We're done with Alpha Strike. Oh, let's push it over to Elite 2.0 series. That is what it genuinely feels like. Stock performance, it is closer to an in-between Alpha Strike and Elite 2.0 series. The numbers that I got out of this stock were not very impressive. Even modded, it's not super impressive. It's not the most impressive blaster that I have in my arsenal. However, it is higher. It is above Elite standards, so at least there is that. This is perfect for hallway battles. This, even modded, is perfect for like a 30-foot long hallway battle with you and your kids. They're going to have a lot of fun with this. The reload is the only issue that I have as an adult with that. But as a kid, you know what? They're going to have fun. You're going to have a good time doing this. Definitely give this one for the kids because of the fact that way when they're busy trying to reload and put the darts back in there, mom and dad can actually take one of the blasters that has a lot of ammo in it, let's say a drum magazine, and just, fire away and teach them kids who's boss, mom and dad. That's what I would do. Parent of the year. Anyways, so yeah, that's my final thoughts on this blaster. Not bad. I'm not upset because I got it for free. Even had I paid the $7 for it, I still wouldn't be upset. I do definitely have to give credit to Hasbro for coming up with a really attractive color scheme and playing with the Elite 2.0 series. when it comes to the colors. I think that that is a step in the right direction. I hope to see more of that in the future. But if I don't, oh well. I do know that they are about to release something called the Lock and Load, which is an internal clip blaster. Hopefully, I'll be able to get one of those soon. If I can find a way to get a deal for that, because the rumored price is in the mid 20s. So I don't know if I'm willing to pay that much for what is a an ICS-6 that was already released in the Ghost series. So we'll see. Thank you for watching Secondhand Blasters. Until next time, keep on blasting.